Hello, this is Mrs. Reyes. Welcome to my U.S. History class. I wanted to take a minute to cover Canvas and talk to you about how exactly I use it in my classroom. Some teachers use Canvas, some use Jupyter. I actually use both. So anything pertaining to grades or communication, that will all be in Jupyter, and I'll have another screencast that talks about that. But right now I just want to talk about Canvas and how I use Canvas. So let's just get started. So once you log into Canvas using your ID number and your 8-digit birthday, your classes should appear. Now you're going to be using most likely the app version, and I'm using the web version because I can't really screencast on my app. So I'm just going to show you how it works, but basically the idea is exactly the same. So I'm just going to go into my U.S. History accelerated class and let's look at what it looks like. So here you'll find my home page. Nothing too exciting, but what I just want to focus on is my syllabus is here, so if you ever need to refer back to that, it's here. And parents, the assignment tonight is for you to read that, watch this video, and then I need you to sign a little something just to note that you saw it. And if you click on it, it'll take you right to my syllabus. Anything that's in blue, or when you move the cursor to it, it has an underline, that means it's a link and it will take you to that file. All files are downloadable. You can either print them or students can download them into Notability, depending on what it is I'm asking for. There's also a link here to the Rancho Del Rey website, which has all sorts of information about the school and our bell schedules and upcoming events and videos on how to, and tutorials on how to do things in the classroom. So that is really useful to you. Pretty much ignore all of this. That's teacher stuff. I'm just going to focus over here and not even on all of this because again I use Jupyter and Canvas for different things, and that's because students have asked me to do that. I would convert to Jupyter probably completely, but students have begged me not to do that, so I am staying here. So the most important thing to me is announcements. So when you go here to announcements, it's going to show you what we do every day. So it was a 4-day weekend, so nothing's been put in since Wednesday. But you'll notice as you go down, everything is here, and it'll just keep loading down more and more and more and more and more. So it might get a little annoying if you get an email every day, so I'm sorry about that. But everything we do in class is here. All worksheets can be accessed from announcement. Everything, if a student is absent, this is the first place I want them to go. So let's just look, for instance, like let's take the first one, Wednesday. So last Wednesday, this is what we did in class. It was a short day. It was just reviewing and testing, so super easy. And homework will be highlighted. And then we had to do some. The kids are working on an explain everything project. So here's the directions on how to do that. Now, let me take you to another one so you can see other ways that this works. So, for instance, I had a sub a couple weeks ago. And if I have a sub, I put all the sub plans here, and it'll say sub plans right there. So even if I'm absent, my expectation is this is what is accomplished in class. Students are responsible for following my directions, even if the sub is a little off, but generally they're not, especially if I have Mr. Jones, who subs a lot for me. So you'll notice that, they had to do this activity, they had to do this activity. It looks long, but it's really not that bad. And then down here was the homework. So the main things will be highlighted. If you notice, I wanted them to watch a video from Safari Montage right here. So there's a link to the video. Anytime you go to Safari Montage, again, it's the same thing. You use your ID number and your 8-digit birthday to get into Safari Montage. I have another screencast about how to use Safari Montage. If you see anything like this that says plantation slavery, like anything that is blue and it's underlined, and when you touch it you see this little link right here, that will take you directly to that worksheet. Again, worksheets can all be downloaded directly from Canvas. They can be downloaded into Notability, or you can print them if you need paper. But generally, we don't like to use a lot of paper in my classroom because my theory is trees produce oxygen and we need oxygen, so let's keep the trees. Okay, so up here again you see another link. So this is a really detailed day, and my inputs every day will be somewhere in between long and short depending on what we do. Alright, the other one is assignments are here, and I'm going to be trying not to use Canvas for assignments much more, but sometimes if I do a big spiral, Jupyter can't handle it, so I will do it through Canvas. And if we have discussions, you'll see here, discussion is coming up, and so discussions will be here. Excuse me. And then the discussions will be here, and they'll be, we haven't done one yet, one's coming up right here. And it's not available to the 18th. It's not the 18th yet, so that is coming. Grades, I would pretty much at this point ignore, but you can see that, you know, they're here. You can look at them. If it's like, looks like this, then that's something that hasn't been graded as of yet. I don't use the calendar, and I really don't use the inbox. Please don't email me through Canvas because I already have so many emails that I just don't check that. But mostly I just want to encourage you, please look here. If a student is absent, my expectation is that they are in announcements. This is the most important thing to me that I use Canvas for every day. So if a student approaches me and says, Ms. Reyes, I was absent on Wednesday, what did we do? My answer will be, well, we missed you, and did you look at Canvas? Because I won't even discuss it with a student until they've looked at Canvas first. It takes me a long time every day to put those in, and I think it's much more helpful for a student to look there than to have me try to explain it and they're writing it down. It's already in print. All the links to the worksheets are there. Links to videos are there. If it's an MP4 we watched in class, it's there. I'll tell you what pages in the iBook to be reading. Everything you need is in announcements and files. Between those two things, and then we'll start using discussions. So that's pretty much how I use Canvas on a daily basis. Jupyter is the other really important application that I want to talk about, but again, that will be in a future screencast. So looking forward to a great year. Bye-bye.